Can y'all see the live thing on the thing?
Yeah, the private chat.
No, it says live.
Oh yeah, live student. No, no. Let me
It
see. Oh
just
yeah,
says
yeah,
live on the
yeah.
top.
Live, 14 seconds. Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I see it.
Um,
Okay,
I
cool.
see it.
Okay. So first and foremost, all praise to the Most High. So we already said the title, and the topic is "Am I my sister's keeper?" So the first precept, and I'm gonna do it like we did last time, just putting the precepts in the chat, and then if y'all have anything to add, I want everybody to contribute and add something if y'all got just a small point or something. Just go ahead and just butt in. But my first precept is gonna be First John 3:10, and I'm gonna read through 12. And just let me know when y'all ready. I don't want to go too fast.
I'm ready.
Fine.
I'm ready.
So it says, "In this the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother. For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. That is Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because of his works were evil, and his brother's righteous." And I want to harp on just verse 11 and 12 when it says the message from the beginning has been that we should love one another and not move like in the spirit of Cain. So it's just showing you that, like, that the message or the commandment was that we should have been loving one another. But of course, like from the scriptures, and my second precept is going to be Genesis 4:9. Let me see. Genesis 4:9. Y'all can let me know when you're ready.
Uh,
Okay, Khan. And it says, "And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" And I just wanted to, and I kind of looked it up, like when it says, like, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Because I've heard that saying in the world. And it pretty much said Cain's words have to symbolize his unwillingness to accept accountability for the welfare, and welfare pretty much just mean health, happiness, life of their neighbors. In this case, Cain took no remorse for his brother's life. And pretty much like that can coincide with this truth, like how, like, holding each other accountable when it comes to, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, making sure, we're staying diligent and doing what we're supposed to be doing, like for our households. And then I also looked up the word keeper, and it's Strong's H8104, and it's shamar. And it pretty much it's a lot of definitions, but I like the definition of to keep guard, keep watch, and ward, protect, and save life. So pretty much being able to guard one another, watch each other's souls, and like watching each other's souls, that could just be, making sure, like I said, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, as it states in Leviticus 19, protecting each other and saving each other's life.
yeah.
So, oh, you can go ahead, sis.
No, I was just saying, Con. I was just reading the other.
Okay, Con. So, Con, so my next precept is going to be Ezekiel 33:6. Con. And this is Ezekiel 33:6. "But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand." And this is kind of going into the context of like it actually being a war, and we used to have watchmen to like blow the trumpet to let us know. But I like to look at things and also like twofold, like in a spiritual aspect as well. And us already going into the definition of like keeping to be a brother's keeper. And it said watch. So pretty much like watching your brother's soul, like it's going to be required at your hand if you're watching his soul and you see him going off or you see warning him, like you see a spirit on him or something. You're not telling them. Well, for our instance, if you see a sister dealing with something and something spiritual and you're not saying nothing about it, that blood is going to be on your hands. And we know like the Most High tries the reins of our heart. So the Most High is going to see and know that, okay, I see that sister going through something, but I'm not going to go check up on her, or, you know, I'm not going to go pray for her or doing things like that. That's going to be on our hands. So the next precept I wanted to go to is 1 John 3:14 through 15. So this is 1 John 3:14, and I'm going to read through 15. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abide in death. Whosoever hated his brother is a murderer, and you know that no murderer have eternal life abiding in him. And that's pretty much just showing that pretty much that hatred, of course, murdering somebody, that's a literal act, but that can also be spiritual, and you being this, you know, a murderer spiritually. You know, we like when the Most High looks at us, we want the Most High to think upon us and being pleased to hear from us and looking upon us like, okay, that's what my daughter Zion is doing is pleasing in my sight, you know, instead of looking at us and like seeing our works and seeing our thoughts towards our sisters and like, you know, that sister's a murderer. You know, she's not abiding to my commandments. She's really hating. She's backbiting. She's tailbearing. She's really envious of her people, of her sisters, and things like that. So it's a real strong offense thinking about it. So the next precept is 1 John 4:9, and a lot of these is in 1 John, but it's gonna be 4:19. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And I'm gonna read through 21. And it says, we love him because he loved us. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? And this is the commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. And it's really self-explanatory, but it's really hypocritical if you're saying that, oh, I love Yahweh, and this and that, you know, and given that, you know, saying those smooth words and really just loving with your mouth, but really when it comes to actually loving your people, you really don't. You know, when you see your people out on the street and stuff, you're not giving no alms. You know, when your brother or your sister going through it and stuff, and they asking you for something, not helping them, and you know you got it, even though you might struggle a little bit, but you just have not care for your people. And a lot of people, like just in general, in this truth, like we say we in this truth, and people always think this truth is just about putting on a hair wrap, putting on the fine dress, putting on fringes, going to the feast days, but it's so much more deeper in that, you know. So the next precept is going to be Matthew 22:37 through 40.
Matthew 22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, just let me know when y'all ready.
I'm there.
Con.
And it says, Yahweh said unto them, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but I love that precept, verse 40, because it just shows that every law that we have is pertaining to us loving Yahweh and loving our neighbor. And most of the laws is going to loving our neighbor, you know, so it really just shows that if we I mean, just look at the predicament we're in. We're in captivity right now because we wasn't keeping the laws. We wasn't loving one another. And you seeing just how much our people are abiding in death. Like the wages of sin is the way of death. With just, our brothers in Chicago, like literally killing each other left and right. You kill my mother, I'm going to kill 2 or 3 of your people. Things like that. And it's not righteous judgment. And we're just, honestly, it's just genocide to our own people, because we're not forgiving one another. We're not having mercy towards one another,
Yeah, God's killing gods.
Con. So, yeah. So, and also just with us sisters, like, I really just wanted to do this lesson because it's just like, even just in the truth, you just always see, and not just us in particularly, but it's just, we always have problems amongst one another, whether it's tailbearing, where it's backbiting, where it's sisters not being sincere. Like they'll sit there and be like, Shalom, sis, in your face. But once you go home, they sit there talking about you, or they might have an evil thought towards you, things like that. And, we all deal with like wicked thoughts and stuff, but it's just like, we really need to strive. And all of us, like, we trying to build up the sisterhood. That's what I sincerely want to do. Like, so this is why we really just need to really take heed to the lesson. And also me, like, I'm not doing this lesson just, I'm holier than thou. No, like, I did this lesson as well to cut myself because I want to be that sister, And I mean, one rotten apple rottens the whole bunch, So if somebody's trying, everybody gonna be trying. Everybody gonna be putting the effort, So.
Precept.
Con, please.
Proverbs 18 and 24.
This is Proverbs 18 and 24. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Con. I have a I have a precept with that one.
I think there's one in Sirach I was trying to get to.
Ooh, were you gonna go to Sirach 6?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read it.
Go ahead. You going to the same one?
Con, I believe so.
Okay.
Was it Sirach 6 and 5? This one? Can you see it? I was going to look up the whole thing.
Okay. Sirach 6 and 5.
You said Proverbs or Sirach?
I was saying Ecclesiasticus.
Okay, Sirach 6 and what?
Well, 6 and 7.
6 and 7. Okay. Con, this is Sirach 6 and 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Con. That's called. That was going to be the lesson. Sirach 6 and 7. Con. So pretty much going over those things. The first segment was proving a friend. So that pretty much, all praise to the Most High. That was the precept. But that's important though in this truth though. Like I'm gonna kind of read through it because that was the point I was gonna get at. But we're gonna read 7 through 17.
Okay.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not bide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. I think that's bold. This is
Con.
okay. Con.
Over that.
If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and he will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thy enemies, and take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such an one have found a treasure. Nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is unvaluable. A faithful friend is a medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright, for as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So Con.
Simone have one, Colossians 3 and 12 through 14.
Con.
She got this over here. Let me write that down.
It's gonna be through 14. Con, it says, put on therefore, as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against thee, even as a Mashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And then I'll read down. And above all these, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. So, Con.
I had a precept for Sirach 6 and 10 you just read.
Okay, Con. What was it?
Proverbs 17, verse 17.
Sirach 6 and 10. And you say Proverbs
17, chapter 17, verse 17.
Con, this is Proverbs 17 through 17. It says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Con. Man, that's so true. And definitely just with a point with that, like when it was saying this Iraq of, you don't really know people when everything's all good, but once everything hit the fan, it's just like no one's there to be found. But it's like those people that stick around when people might be slandering you, it might be judgments against you. Like, for example, with Sakari, when all that stuff with the Passover happened. Everybody that we thought, oh my gosh, I love Sakari, all this and that and the third. All the people that we thought that was really down with us, like switched up. You know what I'm saying? And so it just shows that they wasn't really down from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, because I was coming into the truth when I saw that.
Con.
Wow.
But it didn't turn me away because Chief was so powerful in what he was teaching.
Right, Con, exactly. And even in that instance, I mean, Sirach 11 and 7. It literally, let's just bring it out.
Yes.
Yeah, this is bringing it out. 11 and 7.
This is Sirach 11 and 7. Blame not before thou examine the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. So Con, and I remember just, watching the videos and stuff. And I remember Hassad, he said one brother, well, probably one or two brothers actually kept the law and called him first and foremost when they saw that video and was like, hey, bro, what is this I'm seeing about y'all doing this, that, and the third? And when he actually explained it, he was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Rather than just jumping to conclusions. And those brothers, they was keeping actually the law. But all these people that say they in the truth wasn't keeping the law. They were just jumping to conclusions. You know what I'm saying?
And even when it came out, they still ain't repent, ain't apologize, nothing.
So it just show you, who's really a keeper.
Well, they came on video. They came on live video, and they apologized, but the people wouldn't let it die down. And
right, they're still talking about it.
Yes, because you remember the guy with what was that, GMS? Remember he walked up to the New Jersey camp, and the first thing he brought up to the young fellas was, y'all having Passover in the strip club.
Right? They won't let that die down.
Yeah, just won't let it
that on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, and I'm gonna bring out another precept.
They try to call Sakari a party camp, but the thing is from what I see is they're not a party. They're not a party camp. They got a lot of young brothers in their camps. And it's not a sin what they're doing. It's it's not against the law, and these are young men.
I don't know if y'all on Clubhouse, but this last time that happened, they were trying to say he was in the club. They had a Clubhouse. I think it's called Sleepless in LA. Do y'all follow it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Right, and y'all seen those couple of sisters saying how Chief basically brought them in the truth at the club. Teaching to them, you know what I'm saying?
Right, Karen.
You see what I mean? What do you see IURC? They in the church, they at the churches, they blitz in the churches. So what's the difference? Because these same sisters that he probably brought in the truth at the club, probably the ones that go into the church.
Salakia.
Karen, what's up?
I just wanted to let me back off of 2 points that those past few sisters was just bringing up. That first point, just comparing to like Yahweh Shai, like the scriptures say, like Yahweh Shai wasn't here for the people that was already keeping the law. They already knew the law.
Right.
Like he went towards the Gentiles, and
Con.
that adds to the point of Gorilla Hebrew and like what he does, like how you said, like he put sisters on into the truth in the club. Like you just stand among brothers and among sisters that's keeping the law. What work can you truly be doing? Like, okay, you exhorting a brother or sister, but what about bringing the
Hello? King, are you still there?
I think she cut out. But that was a good point she made.
hello?
Yeah, we're here, sis.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, that's a very good point you're making.
But yeah, like what about fishing? Like you're supposed to be fishers. You can't fish somebody that's already in the truth. And then my second point, towards the sister saying they're not a party camp, they're just young brothers. I feel like Sakari is just a camp that's not going to add or take away from the law for real. Like they're not going to make everything be over righteous. Okay, if it don't point blank said in the law, what can you condemn me on? Like okay, I sit up here and I drink. You gonna sit up here, brother? You off? You in a club with some sisters that's half naked, and you drinking and what? Okay, well he putting those sisters on, and he not doing nothing. He not being a whoremonger. He not smoking weed. Like
and Chief don't drink, so
con.
Yeah.
Right, they don't know that though.
But I'm just saying that, like in general, as far as like people probably seeing us, in the club or in different places. Like I just feel like Sakari is a camp as far as like we're not going to make every single thing out to be a sin. Like people look upon appearance and be like, nah, that's off. Like I had a brother, I don't know what camp they was in, but I'm on the Sakari Houston video and I had pants on, but I had my tassels on. And the brother commented and was like, oh no, the sister got on pants with the zigzags. Man, you just going off of like appearance or like your own thing, like making everything out to be a sin. Like we can't sit up here and go off appearance and try to make everything be unrighteous. And Sakari not about that.
Well, the one thing about Sakari, like I said, I'm older than you ladies, and the one thing about Sakari is Chief know what he's studying. I don't think he's gonna lead us. I don't as well as us reading for ourselves. We are reading, and they always tell you, don't go off of just what I say. Get in that book and read it for yourself. Get an understanding. They don't ever say this is what I'm saying and believe what I'm saying. They never speak in that manner. He's such a powerful speaker, and when he say what he say, he's saying it with authority, and you can feel it from scripture.
Facts, sis. Man, yeah, powerful points, man. Any more precepts or points? I want to hear what everybody got to say.
No, the sister brought out a very good point. Just you just don't think about that. Like she said, you got to go to the unrighteous to teach them, and we don't know where they're going to be.
Like I always saying, how you gonna shine your light in a room full of lights?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Come on, girls. Go on, sis. That was a good one. If the light already on, it cannot shine, right? Right.
Con. Okay. Okay, Con. Okay, Con. So pretty much, yeah, that really much was it for proving a friend. So the next segment, and I feel like the most important segment, is correcting and rebuking. So we already went to Sirach 11 and 7.
Okay.
We'll go to. Well, would y'all rather pick what segment we go into next, or would y'all rather just go in order?
I mean, I'm with whatever you guys are, whatever you ladies are down.
Hi. If you already made a lesson and you have an order for it, we might as well just go in order.
Okay, Con. So, for correcting or rebuking, it's the classic Leviticus 19 and 17. And it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. And then the precept I got after that is it's going really with Ezekiel 33. It's going to be Ezekiel 3 and 20. And I'll put these in the chat. I just want to read them. And it says, again, when a righteous man do turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, I lay a stumbling block before him. He shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he have done shall be remembered. But his blood will I require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live. And because he is warned, also thou hast delivered thy soul. And where the precept with that is going to be James 5 and 20. And it says, let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins. So kind. So just correcting like a sister, if you see her going off or you don't see her having fringes, or, you know, you might hear a tailbearing or something, being able to, you know, rebuke her. And I always like to think of the analogy of like, and I know brothers probably used this analogy before, but if you see like somebody like literally a car finna hit them and they just walking in the street, like that's like you not loving your people if you just sit there and they don't see the car, but you see the car, but you don't say nothing. You just let them get hit. It's like, I mean, if you ask somebody, they can be like, damn, well, it seemed like you hate that person because you didn't say nothing. So it's pretty much like the same thing when you see somebody doing something. And the thing is, like when people going off, especially in this truth, and you know, and you see that they striving and stuff like that. Most of the times, like they don't know that they have a spirit on them. Somebody that got a spirit on them most likely don't know that they got a spirit on them. You know, if they do, that's what self-examination and stuff. Because some people you don't have to tell them, you know, when they're going off and stuff. But it's always good just to let somebody know, you know. And that's the thing, like with sisters, even when you rebuke them or correct them, some sisters don't know how to take that, you know. So it's also very important knowing how to rebuke people, you know.
So
and that's when it, go ahead.
You can land your plane.
But I was just gonna bring out another precept because it made me think of Jude 1 and 22. And then I'll read through 23. And some have compassion, making a difference. And others save with fear, pulling them out the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh. So, Con, that was my plan. You can go ahead.
Okay, Con, I just want to add to your point of you, you know, helping a sister that may not know that they have a spirit on them. Just, you know, quick testimony of just me and Namya. Namya really she has a lot more discernment than me. You know, people have they certain lots and whatnot. Some people may not have, you know, the best discernment, but they're striving. And so just off of like past things that me and Namya talked about, she's brought out a lot of things that I haven't looked at in a certain way. You can like when it talks about exhorting your sister, like that truly helps. I think it's a precept in Hebrews 10 about like exhorting your people like the last days and things like that. But really, that exhortation can truly help in many different ways. You can, you know, not think too much of it. But Namya, just another quick testimony, has also shown me a lot of things are spiritual, and we really have to keep that in mind. So that exhortation can be really deep on the spiritual level.
Con says.
Con, no praises. So like I'm gonna put these books. Con, and I'm gonna read the precept the sister just mentioned. It's gonna be Hebrews 10:24 through 25. And it says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and the much more as see the day approaching. So kind. So all praise to the Most High, sis.
Salaki, can I add one more point to that?
Yeah, Con, please.
Con, I just wanted to add that point because of the last part of that verse where it says, as we see the day approaching, Namya helped me to realize like I was in sifting season with a certain situation and things like that. I was having a certain trial and tribulation of myself, and like it was kind of like for lack of better words, fucking with me. It was really messing with me, and I didn't have so much discernment to where it's like, oh, Satan trying to sift me. I really want to strive. I really want to do good. I really don't want to fuck up. But it's like these trials is like really messing with me, and you just exhorting that sister, and you really helping that sister when she got something going on, being that sister's keeper and not just letting them deal with that trial on their own. You really helped on such a spiritual level. Like you could really be saving me from death. So just adding to that point.
I got a precept.
Yeah, come on.
I really like First Thessalonians chapter 5 and 14. I think we should probably start at 11.
Okay, hold on. Let me get there. Say 5 and 14.
Con. Is everybody there?
Started at 11 though.
Okay, Con. Con, it says, wherefore comfort yourself together and edify one another, even as also ye do. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, and be patient toward all men. Yeah, that was a mighty precept. Mighty precept. Dang, I can't delete it. But Con, yeah, powerful points, sisters, powerful points. Con, dang. Yeah, that made me happy. Okay, so my next precept, I always bring this precept out, but it's one of my favorite precepts because I feel like it's very, very important. So this is going to be Galatians 6 and 1 through 2. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach. So pretty much, Con. In a testimony I gave to Zahara, I remember when, a sister was asking me for counsel and stuff, and just her asking me from counsel, just some of the things that she was telling me, I was just like, in my head, of course, like I didn't say it, but, like just putting myself out there, like I didn't say it, but in my head, I was just like, I don't understand why she's going through this. Like, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say that exactly, but pretty much in my head, that's what I was thinking. And that ended up, turning back on my own head. So what sister was dealing with, I ended up dealing with, so it just shows you like the Most High, he don't play about that. Like he sees your thoughts, he sees your intentions, and it's really not what you do it, but it's just
it's how you do it.
It's how you do it, the intentions behind the things that you do, So I think that's very important, and it's also another precept. Salakia, what is it? What did it say? Not what the. Oh. Nah, with Con, this is 2 Chronicles 25 and 1, and I'm gonna read through 2. And Amaziah was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 20 and 9 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoiadin of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahweh, but not with a perfect heart. And we know that word perfect just means complete and whole. So like with the right intentions. So you can do something that's right, like, giving counsel and stuff to a sister, bearing the sister's burdens. That's right. But it's like, are you doing that with sincerity? Like some sisters, they'll give you that counsel and stuff. Or some sisters will be like, check up on you like, Shalom, sister, I heard you was going through some things. What's happening? And you confess to her, you open up to her. And then that's the only reason why she wanted to do that, so she can go tell Barry about your business to another sister, and that's not sincere. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows you like you can try to do the right thing, but you got to do it with sincerity. And I'm really big on sincerity because I can sit here and play you, but I can't play the Most High,
Yeah.
So Khan, any precepts with that, or y'all good?
I'm good.
Okay, Khan. Okay. I keep forgetting to put them in the chat so I can. Then, 2, and then I put Second Chronicles 25 minutes 1 to 2. Okay, Khan. So my next precept is gonna be Philemon 1:15 through 19. And this is gonna go with the precept of bear ye one another's burdens. And just let me know when y'all there.
It's funny. Philemon don't get read out of.
Khan, it don't. Khan.
Oh, Khan.
Okay, Khan. And it says, for perhaps he therefore departed for a season, that thou shouldest receive him forever. Not now as a servant, but above a servant, a brother beloved, specially to me, but how much more unto thee, both in the flesh and in the Lord. And thou count me therefore a partner, receive him as myself. If he have wronged thee or owed thee aught, put that on my account. I, Paul, have written it with my own hand. I will repay it. Albeit I do not say to thee how thou owest unto me, even thy own self besides. So, Khan, and I just brought this out about bearing ye one another's burdens. So, like when Paul was saying, like, if he wronged you, man, if just like with a sister, if that sister, if she talked about you, if she did this to you, if she stole from you, just put that on me. Forgive the sister, just overlook that fault. And that's love too. You know what I'm saying? Especially, being able to, when it comes to, I don't know how to put this, but I hope y'all get what I'm trying to say though.
Oh, exactly. Know exactly what you're saying. It's almost like saying that you would die for your sister, just like
Khan.
it's the same thing.
Khan.
That's how much love. That's how much love we gotta have for each other.
Khan.
Loving thy neighbor is exactly that.
Khan, sis.
Okay. I got a precept for Miss Ramona that just said.
Bring that precept, sis.
It's John 15, 12 and 13.
Khan.
Hold on, let me get that. I was writing it down. Let me get that, sis.
Yeah, okay, Khan, yeah, please.
Okay, I'm there.
Khan, and it just says, this is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Khan.
That's a good precept, sis.
Khan. Yeah, that's a good precept.
Yo, on with your precepts today. You and Janae, y'all are on point.
Khan. I got a precept with that too. 47. Okay, I already put it. Matthew 26, 47 to 53.
Oh, I just found the precept I didn't even think about to the last when we was talking about Chief, but you can go ahead with yours and then I'll just bring that out.
Khan, I got you, sis. And then, while he yet spoke, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whosoever I shall kiss, the same is he, hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, Hail, master, and kissed him. And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid his hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. Then said Yahushua unto him, Put it up again thy sword into its place, for all that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Khan. And I just brought that out. It's not really dying, but it's really, I mean, hey, if I jump, you jump. Pretty much.
Khan. That's
Khan.
You can go right there.
Oh, Salakia, go ahead.
Salakia. No, you go ahead.
No, I just said it's mighty because just how, calm, because it's just kind of like in the bunch. You always got that calm one in the bunch. And you always kind of got that rowdy one. Like, he ready no matter what. Like, and especially about his brothers or his sisters. You know, like you can't say nothing to that sister if she around that sister, because that sister is gonna defend her. So we got to be like that, for one another. But
this is that dagger for that. It's gonna be John 15:17.
Yeah, let's bring that out. This is John 15:17. These things I command you, that ye love one another. Straight and plain, man. Straight and plain.
And then you remember what my sister was saying about Sakari. You can jump right back up to 15:16, and that brings that back to fruition for that.
This is John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and have ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Explain that, sis. Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay,
Let's just go back to the precept that Janae was talking about with priests.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
With the chief.
And then I just had a point towards the law, with the last point that you had brought out, like, if I ride, you ride type shit. The law where it basically says, like, you should not stand against the blood of your people.
Yeah, let's bring that out. Leviticus 19:16.
Yeah, bring that out.
This is Leviticus. Oof. Okay, yeah, this wasn't the lesson. But this is Leviticus 19:16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. Yeah. That's mighty.
That's very mighty.
Facts. So y'all, this was this was actually the last segment I had of dying for each other, standing up for each other. But I'm gonna go ahead and cover the precepts in this segment so we can just kind of end off this segment.
Okay.
So my next precept with this segment was gonna be 1 Maccabees 13:5.
I'm fucking with that jazz.
It go hard.
I was like, I gotta ask Mr. Monica about that because I need that when I'm cleaning up and stuff.
I would share with you. It ain't my music. I just got that old school spirit on that jazz. That's all, and you can show have it. This right here that's playing is Dave Cars and Brian Culbertson.
Dang, what I say?
Next time we get together, I'll just give you guys my jazz list, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Please, sis.
Because that's good when you're sitting in the tub, candles, relaxing, kids sleep.
Yep. Have your little glass of wine on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Man, okay. Yeah, y'all got me. Okay. I'm like, dang. Okay.
Remember earlier we was talking about how we are all different in age, but as a woman, we all have similarities.
Yes,
that's so true.
It definitely is true. No, but okay, we're gonna get back to it. But yeah, we're gonna have to have a girls' night one night. We haven't linked up in a while, so yeah, y'all.
That sounds nice.
Okay, Okay, this is 1 Maccabees 13:5. And I said, now therefore it be it far from me that I should spare my own life in any time of trouble, for I am no brother than my brethren. So and this kind of just sparked the point in my mind of like, I think I brought this up to, I don't know who I brought this up to, but of like, being able to die for your people, and I always think about like, dang, like, okay, if we was in that instance one time, like, and somebody was trying to kill them, and me doing that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's the law, so I got to do it either or. But then also thinking like, dang, like, I'm going to save your life, but you still going to be in hell, But in a way, though, it's just like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, But it's just like, because I always thinking like in Jacob's trouble, like, okay, if Esau, shoots at you and then I jump in front of you, I'm saving your life. You still alive, but damn, you still not FEMA camp. You still gonna have to fight. But it's all really just do the Most High's lot and will. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have been the Most High's lot for me to do that and die and just be resurrected. And then that's probably your lot to get your head chopped off for the Most High. But you know what I'm saying? But either or, it's just like we still got to do that no matter what,
Kind. I think that was me you was talking to about that.
Kind. I'll be forgetting. But yeah,
that's okay. It's all fitting.
Kind for sure.
Right.
That's the same thing we was talking earlier when we was talking about, nobody knows that they're gonna go, and if you go, are you ready? And that's what I was telling her. There's no precept for when you're gonna go. Now in Jacob's trouble, you're gonna have precepts, but if your life is taken out right now, are you literally ready? Is your spirit ready?
That's so true, man. Kind. And then this last one's gonna be on the segment, but this will kind of go with like Matthew 26 of when Peter was, riding for the most Yahweh Shai. The Most High. Genesis 14 and 11. So Khan, I'm gonna just read down, but this is when it was a war, and then these Canaanites took Lot, and Lot is the nephew of Abraham.
Yes, I was just reading that today. That's funny. That was one of my chapters today.
God. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Ishkol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants by night, and smote them and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot and his goods, and the women also, and the people. So kind, like, and also, being ready to think on an instinct. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you hearing that God forbid, but your sister got kidnapped. Being able to be like, you know what? Let me go call somebody. Let's get the brothers together. Let's get everybody together. Let's go find her. Let's go do something, and not just standing idly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That also made me think of David. We don't have to bring it out, but David, when they took his two wives, and they took all the goods and stuff, and everybody was ready to stone David. But David had that confidence, and he kind of like stirred up his spirit within himself, and he got everything back. He got his wives back, and nothing was taken. So being able to do that for your people, even when you might have hell in front of them, like they literally wanted to stone David, but still being able to have that confidence, be like, you know what, I need to get up, I need to go, go save my people, I need to go help my sister, So okay, so yeah, that was the end of that segment. So we still in the segment of correcting and rebuking. So what's the next precept? Sirach 19 and 13. And we're gonna read through 17.
19 and 13.
I'm gonna read it in the GNC because the GNC be hidden.
Oh, the GNC.
Okay, Kyan. Tell me whenever y'all ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, Kyan. This is Sirach 19 and 13 through 17. If you hear that a friend has done something wrong, ask him about it. Maybe it isn't true. If it is true, he won't do it again. If you hear that a neighbor has said something he shouldn't, ask him about it. Maybe he didn't say it. If he did, he won't say it again. If you hear something bad about a friend, ask him about it. It might be a lie. Don't believe everything you hear. A person may say something carelessly and not really mean it. Everyone has sinned in this way at one time or another. If he hears something that makes you angry with your neighbor, ask him about it before you threaten him. Leave the matter to the law of the Most High Salakia. So fine. I like the GNT because it's just cutting straight. I don't really have to explain it, you know. But yeah, fine. So that, and that can also go with, Sirach 11 and 7, like just asking somebody first before jumping into conclusions, you know.
Right.
That go back to the precept you just brought back in Sirach. You just brought up chapter 11 and 7. Blame not before thou examine the friend. Examine the truth.
Con, sis, con. So yeah, con. And then a lot of these is in Sirach, but the next precept is going to be Sirach 20, and we're going to read 1 through 3. And yeah, just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Con.
And it says a person can be rebuked in the wrong way. It may be wiser to keep quiet than to speak, but it's much wiser to rebuke the person than to keep your anger bottled up. Admit when you are wrong, and you will avoid embarrassment. So yeah, pretty much con. So yeah, like if somebody make you angry, or if it's something like somebody said or did, you know, just kind of just going to them and being like, you know what, I didn't like how you did that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, what you did, like that was off, bro. Like I'm not messing with that. Well, you know, I say bro, but you know, that was wrong, sis. I wasn't messing with how you said that, you know, and pretty much just talk like come to sister. And we all grown women. You're not in high school no more. You know, so we should be able to not be scared and be like, oh, is the sister gonna get mad at me? Is she, you know, but being able to just, you know, get up your loins and be up and just be like, nah, sis, I wasn't messing with how you said that, you know, with a testimony with me and Sahara, like, yeah, she was kind of, you know, expecting to me something that happened. And I was kind of, you know, giving that exhortation and stuff. And I did it more in a more assertive way than a more meek way. And, you know, like after we talked about it, she took it and stuff. She took it humbly. And then like talking about it later on, she was just kind of like, I didn't like how, you know, you just kind of had to understand like the person that I am, you know, and they pretty much are just saying like, you got to understand, like, you can't just speak to everybody. Like it was kind of the same in the precept in Jude, like saving some with fear and saving some with compassion. Some people you can say, yeah, kind of like some people you can say, the Most High is going to destroy you if you keep doing this. Stop sinning. But some people you can't say that. Some people you got to be like, well, sis, you know, the Most High is very merciful, but he's also very terrible. You know, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. So it's a certain way to talk to people, you know.
So yes, con. The precept of that is Sirach chapter 4 and 11.
Con. Salaki, I said 4 and 1. Then I'll put the other precepts. Just give me a second. Con, let me go to it. So you want me to read it in the KJV or the GNT?
Read it in the KJV.
Okay.
Four and 11.
Yes, 4:11.
Con. And it said, Ecclesiasticus 4 and 11, wisdom exalted her children and laid hold of them that seek her.
Chapter 4 and 11.
Yeah, that was 4 and 11. Oh, am I on the right? Did you say Ecclesiastes or Sirach?
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus.
Okay, yeah, that was 4 and 11, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, hold on. Chapter 5 and 11. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you good.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sirach 5 and 11. Con. It says, be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer.
And then the precept of that is 20 and 6.
Sorry, 20 and 6?
Yes.
Okay, con. Let me put it in there because I'll forget. Sirach. and 6. What did we just read? 21. There's one I'm missing, but okay. You said 20 and what? I'm sorry. And
20 and 6.
20 and 6. Okay, I was saying 16. Con, and it says some people keep quiet because they don't know they don't have anything to say. Others keep quiet because they know the right time to speak. Con, I'm gonna read down. A wise person would not speak until the right moment, but a bragging fool doesn't know what that time is. So, Con, that's a good precept with that. Okay, Con. So, I pretty much, yeah. So pretty much, my next precept is just giving righteous judgments. This is kind of the same thing as rebuking, but kind of just to cover it as well all the way. So my precept with this is going to be Leviticus 19 and 15. I'll just put them all down. James 2:9. Y'all might have some precepts with this one. Luke 6 and 42. First precept, Leviticus 19 and 15. You shall not do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Con. And I just love this precept because it just shows how righteous the Most High is. Like, it doesn't matter if you're king. Like, for example, now with the judges now that, somebody can go commit murder or something. And they're being unrighteous in judgment because they have a respect their persons, because that person, the Edomite might be a judge, and that person's an Edomite too. And that Edomite might be a billionaire. And they're just like, well, they're my people. And, he's a billionaire. He got all this money. All these people know him. If I let him go to prison, all these people are going to hate me, try to kill me. So, I'm going to just let him get off. But with the Most High, he don't care if you're king. He don't care if you're this mighty. He don't care how long your hair, how big your hair wrap is. He don't care. Whatever you did, he's going to judge you for that. And we should kind of have the same attitude. It don't matter if it's kind of just like with the precept of, not a gift destroys the heart. You can't and a gift could be just like a compliment, or the sister always got something good said about you. But, secretly, she really don't like you. But every time she see you, sis, oh my gosh, you're doing so good. Sis, you look so good. This, that, and the third. And I mean, some sisters, they can get compliment and they're really sincere. But you always got to watch out for them people that always got something good to say. Never nothing bad. It's balance,
I have a precept for what you're talking about, respect of persons and judging your brother righteously. Deuteronomy, first chapter 16 through 17.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get that Deuteronomy. That's a good precept.
Yeah, that's a good precept, sis. Let me put it in that one.
Yeah, put that in there. Thank you, sis.
I'm just telling somebody that today.
Con.
In the spirit, sis.
In the spirit. So, this is Deuteronomy 1 and 16 through 17. And I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. You shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. You shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahweh's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That almost go back to the James 3. The James 3 and 1.
Did we bring that out, or are you just saying that?
No, I was just saying it. I was just thinking, because remember I told you when we was talking about bridling your tongue, basically.
Con for sure. Yeah, for sure. Con. So my next precept is gonna go exactly with that. It's gonna be well, it's James 2 and 9. So I just do this. And it says, but if ye have respect to persons, you commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. So Con.
What was it, Jeremiah? What was that?
Oh no, that was James 2 and 9.
Oh, okay, James 2 and 9.
Con, yeah. Yeah, I mean the whole chapter hit, but you know.
Yeah, it does. I had to read that whole chapter.
Con, yeah, for sure.
And it was cutting me up too.
Yeah.
It scared me at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my goodness, boy, if words don't hurt, people can't say words don't hurt. Yes, they do. They cut you up.
Con. I don't know if I'm a pain freak, but it's like I have to be like really in the mood for it. But it's like I like watching the videos that cut me because it's like it makes me examine myself. But like I said, it makes me just want to be on fire. Like, dang, I've been slacking so more hard, you know. And I don't know if I'm a pain freak. Like I can sit there like when that Jude like saving someone with fear. Like I can sit there and a brother saying the Most High gonna destroy you. I don't know what that does to my spirit, but I'm just like, bro, the Most High gonna destroy me if I don't do this. Let me go. You know, like this is how I be thinking in my head. Like I was telling the sister just last night. I know y'all heard that thundering and that lightning and that rain and stuff. Right. And I had to come home from work from that, and I was sitting there in the car, scared as hell. I didn't feel like I did anything, but I was just like, oh my gosh, the Most High, I hope He don't destroy me. Like I'm literally sitting here thinking this, you know. So it's like, I don't know. Some people can take that, some people can't.
And I wouldn't necessarily say that you're a pain freak because when I see videos, when I see the title of a video, my spirit tell me that's for you.
Yeah,
right. My spirit just keeps saying you need to watch that. And if I'm focused, you remember I was telling you about Araya? I was
right. Yep.
I was trying to dodge it.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I said I got to watch it, and guess what? I got cut up.
Right.
And so I knew it was for me just by the title.
Right. And I'm not gonna lie, some brothers I have to prepare myself to watch because I already know I'm finna get cut up. Yeah. I'm like, let me prepare myself before watching this, you know what I'm saying? But so my next precept is gonna be Luke 6 and 42. And this is just kind of going into like before we give righteous judgment, we should always make sure we're not being hypocritical. And that's why I said like before this lesson, like I made this lesson not just for y'all, but like for me, because I'm still striving to be a sister's keeper. Like I fall short too, you know. So this is Luke 6 and 42. Either how canst thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thy eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt clearly to pull out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. So pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. So that was the end of righteous judgments. So this one I think is gonna be a little bit cutting. It was kind of cutting me. Not slandering or talebearing.
So that verse you just read, Matthew 7, 1 and 5.
Oh, for the righteous judgments, Mm-hmm. Ooh, damn, sis, how could I forget that? The water.
What was that? Matthew what?
So Matthew 7, 1 through 5.
Okay.
And it says, judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, and consider not the beam that is in thy own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out that mote out in thy eye, and behold, a beam is in thy eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Yeah,
That's good. That was a good one.
All praises.
All praise.
No, you good, Simone. I'm just not seeing that. Can you hear it still?
I gotta put my. Can you hear me?
Son, I can hear you.
I gotta put the bottom of my phone on my ear.
Do you have some earphones? Well, you probably don't have no earphones. You probably would have been that did that.
No, but I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, sis.
We glad you're here. Okay, Klein. So, not slandering or tailbearing. And this one was cutting me because I had to go and this is just through the spirit, but I want to look up what tailbearing and slandering is because we could be doing it but not even realizing it. So slandering. Well, I'll go to the blue letter. That's the real definition anyway.
And if we're not doing it, I know we used to do it, and that's almost cutting you right there.
That's right. That's right.
No tailbearing. Because they always say that's what the sisters do.
Right. Damn. Kind. So it's pretty much, it just says whispering, defame. Can y'all help me out? Defamation.
Hold on. What was that? What scripture was?
Salakia. It was Numbers. I gotta go back to it. I was just looking up the word, but it had Numbers 14 and 36. Yeah, I'm just looking up the word in this one.
Okay, can you make it bigger?
Oh, for you to read it?
Yeah.
Can you see like that, or you need me to make it bigger?
Sis, you're gonna have to make that bigger. Oh,
yeah, I like that.
Oh, defamation.
Kind. So yeah, slander. It says make false and damaging statements about someone. So pretty much like ruining somebody's reputation, you know.
Yeah, like going behind someone's back lying on them.
Yeah.
To somebody, and then they go back and tell that person what you said, and it's not true, and then there's the mess.
Basically, lemon back off of what we were talking about earlier. It can go towards a situation with Sakari Passover, like people saying they got strippers there and things like that, and you don't even really know, or that last account saying like Alizar was in the club or something like that doing something. I don't fully remember the full account, but we all know about the Passover and things like that. Like that's slandering. People making whole clubhouse rooms and trying to rebuke Alizar, like, why y'all got strippers at the club? First of all, it's not even strippers. Like that's terrible, But yeah.
Con, like, and people. Oh, so like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying con.
Yeah, like people don't even understand that. Like that's idolatry. That's a very, very serious offense. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like when people say that, like you literally want that brother, like, in the ancient world, if you said something like that, like if you was going and worshiping, because I mean idolatry just goes back to the Canaanite goddess, like you would be put to death, and people don't understand how serious that is. So it just shows like how much they don't say I hate the brother, but you showing hatred when you say stuff like that, and it's not true. And that's really sick. Like if that brother wasn't doing that and you saw the video, you saw him saying that, and you still saying that, you just hate that brother. Like it's not, there's no love there, like you can't tell me you love the brother,
Well, why you think the two biggest commandments is to love God and then love ourselves? Because he already knew we was gonna do this. He already knew we was gonna kill each other in the streets. He knew we was gonna hate on each other because of whatever God has blessed you to have,
Yeah.
That's why the commandments are how they are. Because he already knew this was gonna happen. He already know us. He already said we're stiff-necked people.
Fine.
I just wanted to say that was a real good point. And then there was a point that was coming to my head of basically being, Satan's Satan, we can also be used as vessels for Satan as well, and things like that. A lot of people don't know a lot of things that came out due to that. And I was keeping Passover with Sakari Dallas and whatnot with my husband. Not Sakari Dallas, Sakari Houston down in Atlanta with my husband, and they was bringing out a lot of negative shit that happened to the camp, like brothers coming, leaving the camp. The last Passover that we just had, it was not as many people that usually come because of the whole thing that happened the year before. causing strife and things with that within the marriages of Sakari and things like that. You know how Eve can be, you down in Atlanta while I'm down here with the babies, and you sitting up there around strippers and
Oh hell no.
She ain't lying though.
She's not lying. She is not lying.
That's so funny.
So like really looking at it on a spiritual level, like Satan can really be using these people to hinder the word and things like that, like people not following Sakari, or people like not joining the camp and things like that, when Sakari is a really powerful camp. Like we can't sit up here and let Satan what
was that?
That was me.
She's just animated with what she's trying to explain to you.
No, a precept came into my head, and I think it's Romans 12:21. Please.
Wait, paraphrase it.
I think I'm gonna pull it up to see. I think it's Romans 12:21.
That's all right. Sis, you in the spirit. Don't worry.
Right. I'm about to say sis in the spirit.
I said, what's wrong? I thought she hit her toe.
That was me. She said that was
I knew
me.
exactly
I'm like,
what was wrong.
Animated.
I was like, she thought I'm a preset.
Yeah.
That wasn't the right precept, but roughly paraphrasing, it was basically saying like, not giving yourself over to anger, to where like Satan can abide.
Is it like neither give place to the devil?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Pull it up, Nami. You already know. You always
is that Ephesians? Angry.
It came to my head. It could probably be a little off topic, but I'm gonna try to land my plane after precepts spread out.
That's Ephesians. Give me a second. Be angry. Because I know it's after that precept. Be angry. It's Ephesians 4:27. Ephesians 4. Is it neither give place to the devil? Is that it?
Con. Okay, yeah. Well, that didn't really hit. I guess neither give place to the devil was just what was on my mind and whatnot, because basically my point was like, not allowing Satan to use your vessel and things like that, because that parable, Satan comes and takes away the word and things like that. But after that whole situation of slandering, because like the definition you just brought out, you slandering, you sitting up here, falsely accusing somebody of something, and it really puts a bad reputation on them. Now Sakari has a bad reputation on them, and you really let Satan use your vessel for that. You really let Satan use your vessel to take away the word. Now brother's not joining Sakari. Now you causing strife in the household and things like that. May not have been fully on topic of what we was talking about, but it just came on my mind. So like,
Fine. No, I got a precept with that. Damn. I think that's 2 Corinthians 10. Let me see. Hopefully I'm right. This is lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So that goes with what you were saying.
I'll praise this.
I'll praise
this to the Most High.
Like I said, when I first heard Sakari, I wasn't even in it. I had just come into the truth. We haven't even found a camp yet, and I just told Reese, whatever camp you go with. But I had camps that I really wanted to join, but when I found out that the camp that I wanted to join got part of his teaching from Sakari, I was sold then.
Yeah, mighty camp, man, mighty camp.
Yeah, because when I saw Chief first, I thought he was I ain't gonna sit there and lie. I thought he was a Mexican guy, and I was like, who is this Mexican talking like this? I'm serious. That was my thought. That's what I was talking. I was like, dang.
Shoot.
And I was listening. He had sold me. He was with SOT, because SOT is who my spirit was drawn to. And Joel said,
yeah,
this is my teacher. And I was done then. I was done. I thought Chief was he was Spanish. I did.
I thought about you the other day when they was talking about did you watch that live when they was talking about One Body?
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I saw.
Oh yeah, I was. I definitely did too, sis.
Right. You seen that? Now they teach that everybody can be saved. That salvation is for everybody.
Oh yeah, they teach it now, but they weren't teaching it when we went to that camp.
And I'm just
remember I told you. They
didn't
told
go
me.
there.
I told you. I told them that I studied with Sakari. Oh, they teach the old document. I mean, the old doctrine, and that did it for me. That from that first time he said that, and this was my first time ever walking in there, and it was only one guy that said that, and it turned me away from one body. And then when they started teaching, I saw how they was teaching, and I wasn't feeling it. And I was coming home, and I was telling Reese, my when I tell you that, you know how when you can't shake a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
My body had my spirit vexed.
And
he was like, "Why you just didn't tell me, Mom?" I said, "I didn't really know how to tell you. All I know, like something was twisted. I just couldn't. I just couldn't get past what I was feeling."
Me and my head was talking about that the other day, because they sisters, like, they're not sisterly at all.
Girl,
like,
they're not.
His wife, his rib. I see her all the time in the shirt stores, and she just act like she can't stand me.
You know what? You see her, and guess who I see? I see his sister, his literal sister. She lives over here by me. I saw her walking to the store one day, and I asked her because she had on her fringes, and I said, "Are you in the truth?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah," because I had my ZTs on. I had a dress on, but I had my ZTs on. And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Who you with?" He said, "One body." And then she said, "Yeah, my brother is the over the count." And that's when she told me, she said, "Yeah, we don't I said, "Yeah, my son just made soldier." She said, "Yeah, we don't do titles anymore." So that the other guys won't get offended. And I'm thinking to myself, they had titles in the Bible. But I didn't say that to her. I was just thinking it.
Need that for order.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't say it to her. She said, "Yeah, my brother is the head speaker over there." And I was like, "Yeah, I can see it." I didn't pay attention to it, but when I saw her, I was like, "Yeah, I can see that."
Damn, yeah, like, yeah, but one body with me. I think I told y'all this story, but like, I was firstly coming into the truth. I was so eager, and I just saw her at the park, and I was walking, and she was just on the swings, and I was just like, and I saw her. She had a skirt on, she had fringes on, and she was just minding her business. But and I was walking and stuff. I had my ZTs, I had my workout garment stuff on, but I mean, I'm working out, and I mean, my husband said it was okay, so I'm like, okay, and I came up to her and I was just happy to see another Israelite. I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you in the truth?" And and she was just like, "Yeah, I'm in the truth, but how shy he's coming and he's gonna kill everybody, this and that and third." And I'm just kind of like, "Oh my God."
That's not a real truth.
Yeah, that would I ain't gonna sit there and lie. That would have ran me off.
Yeah, and I was just like, and I kind of was just trying to hear her out, and then she was just like, and then after she got done with the rant and stuff, I was just like, okay. And then she was just like, "Yeah, so sis, why don't you got a dress on? This, that, and the third. It's like you got pantyhose on and this and that and this and that, and these cancers ain't right." And I'm just like, and I was just like, I didn't know, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, at the time, I was not built up in the scriptures. I was not built up in no precepts or nothing. Like, I didn't have no cuts or anything. So I was just kind of just sitting there. But like after that, like, I don't know, after that whole experience, that made me want to get more studying to show myself approved, because it was like it was things that she was saying, like what the sisters Zahara was saying like earlier, like people saying that you're going off and they can't point that to the law. It was just things that she was saying that I could have easily been like, "Well, sis, in this precept it say this, or in this precept saying that," and not to not to debate with her, but it's just like, if somebody telling you you're going off, and if you feel like you're not going off, like, it's one thing to be proud, but sis, if you're telling me I'm going off, and I obviously can tell I'm not going off, in Deuteronomy 22:5, that's pertaining to warlike apparel, you can't sit here and tell me I'm going off, Yeah. So it's just, after that, I was just like, I need to get myself more built up in the scriptures.
And you know what?
Put a fire within me.
I'm just thinking out like that would have scared me too.
And it was, and just like it wasn't sisterly at all. Like, I mean, she invited me to sewing classes and stuff, but after I kind of just told my husband about it, and then kind of just after me thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't sit right in my spirit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just ways to do things, and she didn't catch me like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, and I saw I didn't get this all the sisters, it was the younger sisters like I got the better vibe from when I was there.
Yeah.
And there was this young lady that I saw on a video. I didn't know she was going to talk about one body, but she's from Atlanta, from some of the best parts where the best camps are, and she came all the way down here to Dallas with her husband. They ended up separating. He stayed with one body, and she left him. And she have 2 kids, but she didn't have anything good to say about one body, and I was like, I knew that I was feeling what I was feeling because what she was saying is part of what I was feeling.
All praise for discernment.
Yeah.
And that just show you, it's gonna go with that lesson. Like, you know somebody by their fruit. So if you see somebody, you know, not showing brotherly or sisterly love, like they might just always gossiping about another camp. They really bring out precepts. They always talking about other camps. Like that should just strike you to be like, nah, I'm gonna stay away from that camp. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that I had already was getting built up by some of the best camps. These were some, and before I walked into one body, I didn't see Sakari, I didn't see SOT, I didn't see that teaching in this man. That's what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could feel that. I'm like, and I'm up here missing. I'm thinking to myself, I'm up here missing the live, you know.
missing the milk.
Yeah, I'm up here getting this, taking notes, and I ain't hear nothing like what I normally get. I wasn't getting anything. It's like when I was in the church. I leave church and I come out feeling nothing.
Damn.
That's how I used to leave out the church having so many questions.
I didn't have any questions coming out of the church. I just came out of church, think I did my due diligence, go home, roll a blunt. I'm being honest with you. I'm being transparent. That's the way I was. I thought I had did my part, feeling good. I done did my crying. I done heard the gospel singing, and you know, my spirit is in the air. I'm feeling good. I didn't just, you know, I go home, change my clothes, get ready to cook. But before I cook, you know, I rolled me something, and that's how it was.
Yep, same here. Yep.
Dang, that just show you, bro.
Yeah,
man.
Thinking you really doing something because you in a choir, praise dancing and stuff.
Right. In there every other day.
As soon as I heard from them, wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Girl, I don't even know how to. I just know that my skin started to crawl. You know, I was feeling goosebumps. I knew this was real. I knew it was real. And I knew then, after that, like I said, after my sister's last birthday party, I said, if you spare me coming back home, I'm through with everything. And I went cold turkey on everything.
Shoot, God is good.
Yeah, Reese said, I knew God was real, Mama. He put all that down. He said, I knew it.
Sorry to cut y'all. Did y'all bring out James 4:11?
No.
For the slandering?
Or
no, we just brought out James 2:9.
Okay, I'll bring that out and then we can get back. This is James 4:11. And it says, speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judges his brother, speaketh evil of the law, and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. Can I read down? There is one lawgiver who is able to save and destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? So fine. So with that, let me put that slide here. James 4:11 and 12. Okay, Khan. So we'll finish this James 4:11-12. The slandering and backbiting. Dang, yeah. So this is my next precept is gonna be Sirach 27, and I'm gonna start at 17 and read through 21. And just let me know when y'all ready. I can read it.
Right. $27.17.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to turn on some light here. I'm blind. I don't see nothing.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay, Con. You there, sis?
Go ahead. I can catch up.
Okay, Con. This is Sirach 27 and 17. Respect your. Well, I'm gonna start at 16. If you repeat secrets that have been told to you, you are destroying the confidence others have in you, and you would never have a close friend. Respect your friends and keep faith with them. If you do betray a friend's confidence, you may as well forget you have a friend. You have killed that friendship just as surely as you have taken a weapon and killed an enemy. Damn. Your friend is gone. You can no more get him back than you can get a bird to come back to your hand once you let it go. Don't bother going after him. It's too late. He has gone, like a deer escaped from a trap. Wounds can be bandaged and insults can be forgiven. But if you betray confidence, it is hopeless.
Con.
And
That is
just,
so true.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
I just say that is so true.
It's very true. Like an analogy that Brother Yawahi used of like, you can have a paper and you can crumble up that paper and you can say, I'm sorry to the paper. Like, I'm sorry I said this, that, and the third to you. And the paper, you can uncrumble the paper, but it's going to still have them wrinkles on the paper. It's going to still have that hurt.
Yeah, I saw that same video.
Kind. And that hit me because I was like, damn, like I know it's some things I said. And I'm always the person to say sorry, but it's like I can't take what I said back, you know? Kind. So, yeah. Any precepts or any points? Okay.
No.
So, next precept is going to be Sirach 19 and 7, and I'm going to just read through 9. It's a lot in Sirach, I told y'all, man. I don't want to go to it when I
I just accidentally pushed on Deacon and he's still going.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
Time. This is. Oh, are y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay, this is Sirach 19 and 7 through 9. Never repeat what you hear, and you will have no regrets. Don't tell it to your friends or your enemies unless it would be sinful to keep it to yourself. Wait. Okay, well, it was just 7. But I'm going to go next to Sirach 22. And then I'm going to start on 19.
22 and 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And it just says, if you stick something in your eye, tears will flow. And if you hurt a person deeply, you will discover his true feelings. If you throw rocks at birds, you will scare them away. And if you insult a friend, you will break up the friendship. Even if you have a violent argument with a friend and speak sharply, all is not lost. You can still make up with him. But any friend will leave if you insult him. If you are arrogant, if you reveal his secrets, or if you turn on him unexpectedly. So kind. So that was that one. And then I just kind of wanted to go into an example of like in the Bible where like you can find like defending your friend whenever it's like somebody slandering against them or somebody, you know, trying to come up against them. Well, I really should have used this in you know, standing up for each other, but it's okay. 1 Samuel, and I'm gonna start at 20 and 1. And then I'm gonna kind of just skip down, so I'll put the precepts in. But y'all can read with me on the screen, I think.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start at 18. So I'm gonna just kind of kind of skipped through, but Jonathan and David's kind of friendship or brotherhood, and just how much it kind of just shows in the scriptures. And then I also want y'all to notice, like in the scriptures, can y'all really recall any sisterhoods in the scriptures that it spoke of?
No, I can't.
Exactly.
Because even when you go back to Rachel and Leah, and they was blood sisters.
Right. So it just show you, like, yeah, we got to do better. We got to do better. So, Con, this is 1 Samuel 18:1. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day, and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him, so literally gave him the shirt off his back, and gave it to David and his garments, even to his swords, and it's to his bow and to his girdle. And I'm gonna just kind of skip over because it's in these first three chapters, but kind of just showing. So first, I'm gonna skip to 1 Samuel 20, and yeah. And David fled from, I think that's Naioth, and Ramah, and came and said before Jonathan, what have I done, and what is my iniquity? And what is my sin before thy father that seeketh my life? And he said unto him, God forbid, thou shalt not die. Behold, my father would do nothing either, great or small, but that he would show it to me. And why should my father hide this thing from me? It is not so. And David swore moreover and said, thy father certainly knoweth that I have found grace in thy eyes. And he said, let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved, but truly as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is but a step between me and death. So kind. And I'm going to jump down to 32 and 34. So pretty much this is Saul really trying to seek David's life, which is his son's best friend. And I'm going to start at 32. And Jonathan answered Saul his father and said unto him, wherefore shall he be slain? What hath he done? And Saul cast a javelin at him to smite him, whereby Jonathan knew that it was determined of his father to slay David. So Jonathan arose from the table in fierce anger, and did eat no meat the second day of the month, for he was grieved for David, because his father had done him shame. So I'm gonna stop right there. But if y'all read the story, it just pretty much just showing how Jonathan was sticking up for David. Because I mean, Saul was really mad at David for no reason, just from envy and jealousy. But just Jonathan having that covenant with him and loving him as his own soul, like being able to say about his sister, man, I love that sister. It's like my own soul, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that pretty much going to saying like, I love your neighbor as you love yourself. Being able to give the shirt off their back for that sister. Being able to give your last to that sister if she needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If that sister die, are you there to literally be there for her children? If and making sure that they good, like things like that. So my next, I think that went with slandering, but that was pretty much Jonathan sticking up for David. So I think that's all my precepts for that one. So my next segment is going to be mercy. Salakia, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My bad. Before you start the next segment, I just wanted to bring up two accounts that came into my head. As far as like, I guess protecting, like standing up for your brother. Well, okay. For first account, you had pretty much already brought it out. I think it was Peter, that cut off the other dude's ear that was trying to come against Yahushua. You standing up for your brother. If you really imagine it, I'm pretty sure it was a big ass crowd around Yahushua. But if it was Peter, say it was Peter. Am I right? Is it Peter?
Yeah, it was Peter.
Yeah, it's Peter.
Con. In that instance, I'm pretty sure it probably was a big ass crowd around Yahushua and things like that. But Peter gave no fucks. Peter, if Yahushua wouldn't have said anything, I don't want to put nothing on the brother, but thinking about it, Peter could have probably had the heart to hey, look, I'm finna go around slinging the sword. I don't care who come up. Like,
Yeah,
who
kind.
come against you, how a shot. I ain't fucking with that,
Right.
So that one account, and then the account of the Most High dealing with Moses so much on a dear level that he even gave, Miriam leprosy. You know,
Kind. Bring that out.
Aaron and Miriam coming against Moses, and basically the Most High talking about, hey, I speak to prophets through dreams and visions, but Moses, I don't do that shit. That's how close I am to him. So who are y'all to come against him?
Time.
But yeah, those are two accounts that came to my mind.
No, it says count the water. Those are some mighty points. Sister Romanica, did you come on again? Do you need me to delete the other one? You can type it in the chat because I see you, but it's only a limit to 6 people. Or she might have to probably come back on here.
Okay.
Okay, sis, I got you on there.
Okay.
Okay, Con. So next segment, did anybody else have any precepts or points? I don't want to leave nobody out. Okay, Con. So next one is gonna just be mercy and charity. So first precept is gonna be Luke 10 and 31 to 37. And some of these precepts I'm not putting in the chat, so I'm gonna just go ahead and send the notes to y'all so y'all can see the precepts because it be kind of being hard to go back and forth.
Okay.
Okay. So this is
Luke. So like go ahead. I won't be taking notes. I'll just get the last of the notes because I'm gonna run to the store right quick.
Okay, Con. This is Luke 10 and 31 through 37. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed on the other side. Well, let me start up here. The Good Samaritan. And Yahushua answering said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. And he went to him and bound him up with wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn and took care of him. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pinks, I believe that says, and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay. Which now think of these 3? Thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Yahushua unto him, go and do that likewise. So pretty much the parable of being able to show mercy pretty much on your people. Like if your people going through it, being able to give that hospitality, taking care of them. And I mean, this Samaritan, the Samaritan that saw him, had compassion on him. He didn't know him, from anything, but he was just like having that care for my people, And just with that point, like lately, I've been really just striving to pray to the Most High about looking at my people, having more love for my people, or looking at my people not just as some, nigga, or looking at my sisters as just some, Eve, but looking at my people, okay, looking at my brother, okay, that's my brother, nothing more, nothing less. That's a king, that's a God walking this earth. As my sister, that's a beautiful daughter of Zion, that's a princess walking this earth, and like me having more of that mentality, that's been letting me have more mercy upon my people, especially like dealing at work. I know my people, and my people are the ones that push my patience because it's just like, why are y'all tripping with me like this? I'm not even doing y'all like this because our people will have an evil eye towards it just because I look like them. You know what I'm saying? So it's also important to have patience with your people, especially if the scripture walk with wisdom. No, y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop playing with me. towards them. I think it's
Yeah,
in
you
Colossians
keep going.
4.
They keep going back to the law. Everything you saying, it keeps going right back to that law.
Con.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Con, this is Colossians 4 and 5, all praises. It says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. And it says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how he ought to answer every man. So, so I've been kind of meditating on that as well, especially towards my people not in this truth. It's a certain sister, for a testimony for me, it's a certain sister on my job that I don't know why, but she's so adversarial to me. And I don't be doing nothing to the sister, and she just, I don't know what she got against me, but she just, I don't know, and it's just hard. It's hard to deal with it, but I'm a person that I strive to keep the law. So it's like, I still got to love her. I got to fight those spirits of wanting to get back at her, wanting to take revenge. And I have to fight that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it really just shows you like this law is very beautiful, but when you're actually in the lion's den and you really have to keep it, it's hard. It's hard. So, Salaki, did you say something, sis?
Oh yeah, my connection had went out a little bit. We was talking about this before. When your light is shining, when somebody hate on you, they hate on you. It doesn't matter. It's not even anything that you're doing. It's just something that she don't have that you have.
Yeah.
Which caused her. Yeah, which caused her to hate on you, and she wish she had it.
Con, man. Yeah, Con. It's and I try to have mercy because she kind of sick.
Sure. What you mean she's kind of sick?
Like she has problems. She has health problems, and she just and I'm more spiritual minded, and I can tell she has a very she's just very easily irritated, and I know that's a demon. And anything that she's going through, is she projects it on everybody else. Literally the other day, just getting an attitude with me for no reason over some shit that happened at work, and I'm just like, bro, once I leave, once I clock out, none of that shit mattered to me. So it's like when it comes to my people, I just don't understand why you treating me like that, but I understand I got to be more spiritual and not kind of oh my gosh, why is she doing this? But understanding people got spirits on them. You can't hold people to the law if they're not keeping the law. You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of goes with the precept I just brought out, just walking with wisdom towards them, not with the doubt. So with me, I don't hold no grudges against her. I strive not to. I try to have a clean slate with her, but I just understand to stay away from her because I'm still striving. So I don't want that Eve to come out. You know what I'm saying? So that's really just what I try to do. I've noticed that it's just people that do that is something that they have against you that they probably don't have. But I just be like, bro, I'm going to just leave her alone. I'm not even going to talk to her. So I don't really try to think that hard about it,
Yeah.
It do hurt though, because you be wanting to love your people and they just do that to you for no reason. Con. But yeah, Con, anyway, all praise to the Most High. So this is Matthew 5 and
I do understand.
Con says. Con, so this is gonna be Matthew 5 and 38, and then I'm gonna just read to 42. Ye have heard that it have been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that you resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Get to him that asks thee, and for him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. And I like to look at this as the point I made earlier, just like in Chicago, they'll literally say, if you kill my brother, I'm gonna kill your mother, I'm gonna kill your cousin, I'm gonna kill your sister, I'm gonna kill your girlfriend's grandpappy. They go all the way to wit's end, So being able to be if you did that, being able to forgive and not, go that extra mile to really, try to hurt your people, but kind of just forgetting it. It's a
Well, if you don't, how people are. If you don't stand by your word, then you're considered whatever word.
I think that's in the NLT. Overlook. I think I brought this out. Could be wrong. Yeah, this thing tripping, bro. I'm gonna stop messing with you.
Because it's funny that you bring it all this up and we talking about sisters. Because from the time that I met all you ladies, I have never had a problem, and I keep saying it because it's true. This is the best sisterhood I can come into because it's, I don't know, it's just different.
All
praises.
But I feel this is.
Y'all.
Y'all have always shown love to me from the time that I walked through the doors.
Con,
all praises. Damn.
And I knew then my prayers have been answered. You know, I found some sisters that I can relate to, that I can love on without having a problem with, because that's the energy you guys was giving off.
Con, all praises, man. I can
definitely sing with you.
I prayed for that. I'm serious. I prayed for good sisters. I did. I prayed for that. And prayers was answered.
All praises.
If you run into
I was trying to lead in this walk.
Huh?
I said that's definitely needed in this walk.
No, yeah, we need each other, man.
Yeah, we do. We really do. We need each other.
We definitely do.
Especially now, you know, we don't have anybody else to talk to amongst each other except each other, because we're the only ones that don't have to explain what we go through while we do what we do.
Con.
Okay, I finally found the precept. Damn, man. All praise to the Most High.
Okay.
And it says, sensible people control their anger, and they earn respect by overlooking wrongs. So pretty much like with that Matthew 5, just being able to overlook when somebody might have wronged you. And, you know, just being like, you know what, I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to let it go, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that takes some strength, but it'll be better than doing all that revenge and now you got 10 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, over some dumb stuff.
I got Colossians chapter 3 and 13.
This is Colossians 3 and 13. Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as a Mashek forgave you, so also do ye. Con.
And what was that previous one you brought up? Proverbs 19 and what?
19 and 11. Yeah, it's not right there. Con. And Sirach, just Sirach 20. The next precept is gonna be Sirach 29 and 20. And just let me know when you're ready. My phone. Okay, now I want to do that. Con, I'll read the first precept. Sirach 29 and 1. Be quiet enough to lend to your neighbor when he needs help. You are keeping the Lord's commands if you help him. If he needs something, lend it to him. And when you are in debt, pay it back as soon as you can. And I'm going to jump down to 20. And it says, so help your neighbor as much as you can, but protect yourself against the dangers involved. So being able to just help each other, but you know, but it also says in Sirach, just know who you're giving to. Because if you're given to, for example, if you're given to somebody on the street and they're like, please help me, I'm in need, I'm hungry, but they're really a crackhead, the money you give them, they can go spend it on crack, you know? So being able to still give to your people, but understanding, like, you know, using with wisdom. Like if you see somebody that they probably hungry on the street and they might look like they might have used drugs, being able to buy them a meal rather than giving them some money. You know what I'm saying? But like for this truth, you know, for a sister, just knowing who you giving it to, you know, because you could be giving to a sister and helping, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I need help." Like I know y'all remembering those scams that brother was texting everybody that he needed money, and he was really just using people.
That happens a lot.
So yeah. But that's just us having mercy for one another. But sometimes people take that for advantage. I know for me, people do. I had to.
It's almost like.
Go ahead, sis. You got it.
Yeah, it's almost like seeing someone on the street.
We can't hear you. You got to say that
No, go
again.
ahead. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that it's almost like seeing someone on the street who's begging for money, and hold on one second. It's almost like. Can you hear me now?
Tone, I can hear you.
Okay. I said it's almost like seeing someone on the street who's begging for money, and you see him again in that same place every time you see him. He wants some money.
Yeah,
someone on the street corner.
I'm sorry. That remind me of this one time. This dude at the store, in front of the store, had got me. He was like that his wife had went into labor early, and how they wasn't ready and didn't have anything for the baby. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gave him what I could. Well, I seen him the very next day and was like, how's the baby? And he was like, what baby?
Oh,
I was like,
that is horrible. People are so bad, man.
What did he say?
I had seen him the next day and I asked him, I was like, how's the baby? And he was like, what baby?
Damn. I don't know why I feel like you, Amati, is only the person that will go through something like that.
Girl, I was like, this man right here.
I like low-key, I probably would have been like, bro, like I'm gonna need my money back. I would have been, I lucky would have been livid.
I'm sure he ain't even have it, so I was just like, he got my ass. Oh well.
Oh well, God.
That is too funny though. Oh my goodness, that's too funny.
I was so mad because I was so weird. I was trying to help him, give him anything I could.
Yeah,
girl.
I'm glad that. Hey, the good thing is it's on your spirit that you only had what you had. You didn't even give as much as you could have, as you wanted to. Let's put it like that.
So the next segment, it's gonna be the last segment. It's gonna be about forgiveness, and I think this is really big too. But it also says in Leviticus 19:18, we've been reading that, so I'll just quote it of not bearing a grudge against your neighbor, roughly paraphrasing. So that's kind of going into like just being able to forgive your people for whatever they do. So I'm gonna just go into the precepts and then we can kind of end it from there. So this is Matthew 18, and then I'm gonna start at 21 and end at 22. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Yahweh said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. So come. And I was like, dang, Peter low-key like me, because if I was by Yahweh and you see the wrong of your people, I'm like, man, Yahweh, like how many times I gotta forgive these people? You know what I'm saying? Like these people keep coming against me, these people keep doing me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta just keep forgiving them. And man. So the next precept is gonna be Matthew 15. And then through Matthew 15 and 15, I'm gonna start there. Wait, that's the wrong precept. Give me a second. I think that was Matthew 18 I was trying to go to. No, that's already Matthew. Okay, I think it was in 18. I was trying to go to. Give me a second. Okay, Con. It's Matthew 15. So I'm gonna just start at Matthew 15. Matthew 18 and 15. And it says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone, and he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one of two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall bend on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whosoever shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So pretty much the point I want to harp on is like Yahweh Shai, he's kind of given us, not kind of, but he's given us the steps to take if, you know, you do have a fault with your brother. So being able to go to him alone, if you don't want to hear you, get 2 or 3 witnesses, being able to go to the church. And if he don't, and after that, if he do the counsel and he's still not trying to hear you, I mean, treating him as a heathen man or a publican, but pretty much just leaving him alone after that, you know. And that's the thing, you still got to love your people. But I was just telling Sister Monica earlier, like, you can love your people, but you don't mean you got to be all buddy with them. It don't mean that sister got to be your cup of tea and y'all got to sit there and have a 4-hour conversation every day. But, you know, just being able to be at peace and cordial with each other, that's fine, you know, and it's sincere, you know. So pretty much that's really what. Yeah. And then also just not being fake. It's even in the law, like not being not dealing falsely with each other, you know. So if y'all know y'all don't really mess with each other like that, y'all don't got to sit there and do all that, but just being like shalom sis, and keeping it moving, you know. So after that, I'll bring out this last precept. John. Well, okay, this one and then the last one, and then that'll be it. I always say that. This is John 13:5, and this is what this whole lesson's been going into. And well, John 13:8, and it said, Peter said unto him, thou shalt never wash my feet. Yahweh shall answer them, if I wash thee not, that has no part with me. Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my feet. Yahweh shall said to him, he that washeth thee not save. Oh, wait, he that is washed needed not save to wash his feet, but is clean every way, and ye are clean, but not all. So pretty much he's just going into like washing each other's feet. And that's pretty much what we do in this truth, like being able to rebuke each other, being able to correct one another, being able, you know, to give that exhortation to one another is washing each other's feet so we can have a clean slate every single day we walk into this truth, you know. And I mean, Yahweh Shai doing that for Peter, but you know, Yahweh Shai, he's the king over us all. It just shows us like how humble we got to be to each other. And then my last precept is going to be 2 Timothy 2:10. So it just says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai with eternal glory. So pretty much just being able to endure for your brother and sister, because you just never know who's looking up to you. Of course, not in like idolizing you or nothing, but being able to admire you from afar. And, you know, and you just want to make sure that you're enduring and you're putting on that good example for your brother and sister, and knowing that you're not just in this truth because of yourself, but you in this truth for other people, because some other people, they need you in this truth. You know, like we were saying earlier, like that exhortation, that one phone call, through the spirit, everything's always the most high, but through the spirit, that kept that sister in the truth, because she was just finna fall out the truth, you know. So kind of thinking of it more like that whenever somebody calls you, whenever, you know, somebody asks to pray for them or fast with them, or they might call you for some counsel and stuff, you know, and taking it very seriously, because you just never know what people are going through, especially in this truth. But with that, all praises to the Most High. That was the end of the lesson.
And bring out Romans 12:10.
Come on, Romans 12:10. Got you, sis. This is Romans 12:10. It says, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, and honoring and preferring one another. Khan. Dang, I want to read down the Khan.
Khan. Go ahead and read down.
Right. Okay, Khan. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Kind.
Con.
Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, and giving into hospitality. Is it what, 16? Okay. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not, and rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that do weep. And be of the same mind one towards another, and mind not high things, but condense to men of low estate, and be not wise in your own conceits. So I end it right there. So kind. Any more precepts or points before we?
I have one more. It's just a random one with which I think is good. Ecclesiastes 4, chapter 4, verse 9 and 12. 9 through 12.
Like Sirach or Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes.
Okay. You said 4 and 9 through 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Khan, it says 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. Again, if 2 fly together, then they have heat, but how can one be warm alone? And if 1 prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him, and threefold cord is not quickly broken. Fine. Yeah, that was a mighty precept, Sister Water.
And I don't know the precept, but I'm gonna tell you so you can pull it up because it's another good one. On sharpen its on.
Dang, I think that's Proverbs.
Because I'm driving, I can't go through my notes. I think it's in Proverbs. Let me see. I think it is in Proverbs.
Yeah, it's in Proverbs. I thought it was in 29. Watch it be 20 something. See 27. Okay, Proverbs 27 and 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Yeah, these are mighty precepts, sis. Yeah, we gonna keep going with it. It's just like the water sisters for the precept. I'm gonna have to put them in the chat. Okay, no, you. Oh, dang, that helps so much. Oh, sis, you've been doing it. The water. I just now saw that.
No problem. Next time I'm gonna do it because I know it is hard trying to do growth.
The water. Wow, that's so sweet. Okay.
See how it's always 2 heads better than 1? Because I didn't even think to do it.
Yes.
That's right. That's that iron sharpening iron. I'm telling you.
That's right. Dang, I'm so glad I'm around mighty sisters, man.
Well, you know how the brothers say, when they're on the corners and they be out there, they be going off, they be really in the spirit, and before they can get a precept or ask the brother for a precept, he already have it.
Oh yeah, Khan.
Yeah, that's just like Amati is in the spirit. Instead of you, she's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And like I said, it's a certain thing. It's just certain things that's trigger their mind.
Right, exactly. Yeah, man, beautiful lesson, y'all. All praise to the Most High.
I also want to bring out. It's just random how remember when Job prayed for his friends and the Most High blessed them twice as much.
You in the spirit, sis.
Let me go. So 39.
I think it's 42 and 10.
Con. And it says, and Yahweh turned the captivity of Job and really prayed for his friends. Also, Yahweh gave Job twice as much as he had before. You want me to keep going down, Con?
You can, sis, if you want.
Okay, Con. Oh no, I ended right there. I'm gonna put that.
But yeah, we definitely gonna have to have a girls' night or something.
No, for real. Yeah, I miss y'all, man.
I know, me too. I feel like I ain't seen y'all in forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss you guys also. You ladies also.
Fine.
Con. Well, it look like we having turkey legs tomorrow.
Yeah, we're having turkey legs tomorrow. Turkey legs and some stuffed turkey legs. Don't forget that part. Stuffed turkey legs.
Look, sis,
Good. Yeah, man.
look, I'll pull up for real.
Nah, for real. Stop playing with me.
You know what? I'm gonna have to invite you all. Like I said, my place ain't that big, but it's big enough for us. And I'll cook when y'all come. I'll make sure that I have something cooked. I can't have y'all come over and I don't have no dinner ready.
Hey, we can do how y'all be doing when y'all come over here randomly.
Right. No, those be the best times, those spontaneous times. Just like, sis, I feel like coming over, you know?
Yeah, like we did the last time. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Just sitting there talking.
Yeah. And it was random and it was fun. We was there. Dang, we was there pretty much all day. We got there kind of early.
Yeah.
We stayed there to yeah, we were
And
there for a while.
It don't never feel like y'all here long either, though.
Dang, I know.
I'm ready to go. I'll be like, no.
But that's how it is. When you're having fun, like they always say, funny how time flies when you're having fun.